Once upon a time there was a woman who had 3 little tots. This woman was not very bright. In fact, she was rather stupid. To demonstrate just how ignorant the poor woman was, one fine day when she was out and about the cottage picking flowers with her children, she said to herself, "Oh, I am so lucky. My children are all happy, even if they are not equal. For one of my children has bright flashing eyes, and another has dull vision and can barely see." After a few minutes of contemplating these thoughts, the silly woman began to feel rather alarmed. She put her fingertip to her bottom lip, and, peering left, then peering right, said to herself, a little fearfully, "Why, what will happen when the one child with the dull vision realizes his brother has bright flashing eyes? Will he not become jealous and angry, and seek revenge against the world and God because he was not so blessed? What good is it to have 3 wonderful children if they are not all equal?" So an idea immediately popping into her silly noggin as to how she should remedy this situation, she called to the child with the bright flashing eyes and said, "Oh, Gunther, kommen Sie here, Mama has something for you." And the dutiful child, his pockets bulging with flowers he had picked, came trotting over to where his mother sat in the shade of the bushes. She said to him, "Gunther, you have such bright flashing eyes, such excellent vision. It would not do for you to lord it over your brother Hans, who can barely see. So I am going to make the both of you equal." And with that she picked up a sharpened stick and poked little Gunther in the eyes. The boy let out a terrifying cry and clutched his bleeding eyes. He was now blind. "Well, that settles that," said the foolish woman to herself. But after a few moments she began to be worried. She said to herself, "Hans has such a beautiful singing voice, but little Victor croaks like a toad. What will happen if Hans begins to be puffed up and lords it over Victor? Victor may become melancholy or even angry, and may run away and join the circus. Oh, this will never do. Once again I shall have to make everyone equal." And so the woman, who must have really been quite mad, called to her little tot, "Oh, Hans, kommen Sie hier bitte. Mama has something for you." And little Hans trotted over. His mad mamma said, "Hans, you have such a beautiful singing voice, yet your brother Victor croaks just like a toad. It would not do for you to lord it over your brother Victor, who cannot sing a note. So I am going to make everyone equal." And with that she produced a cup of lye, and forcing open Hans's mouth, made him drain it to the dregs. He clutched his throat in agony as the lye burned his vocal cords away. He would have screamed from the pain, but now he could not produce even a peep. "Well, that settles that," said the woman to herself, wiping off her hands. After a few moments of reflection, though, she once again began to feel sorely troubled. She said to herself, "Little Victor is so fleet of foot, so fast, but his brothers are slow and rather clumsy. What will happen if Victor begins to lord this over his other brothers? Will they not become bitter and resentful at Victor's amazing speed? Is it really fair that Victor is so fast and agile and the others so slow? Yet again I am going to have to go out of my way to make everyone equal." And so she called to her little son, "Victor, kommen Sie hier bitte. Mama has something for you." And young Victor came trotting up. Mama said to him, smiling, "Victor, you are quick and fleet of foot, yet your brothers are slow and clumsy oafs. It will not do for you to lord it over your brothers, who may come to hate and resent you for it. Therefore I am going to make everyone equal." And so she smacked Victor on the kneecaps with the back of an axe. The boy shrieked in pain and held his hands over his bleeding leg. He hobbled away, crippled now for the rest of his life. The stupid woman smiled to herself, put her hands on her hips, and surveying the carnage around her, said, "Well, that settles that. Now they are all equal." Just then the woman's husband came home from chopping wood. When she saw him, she ran up to greet him. Throwing her hand about his head, she said, "Oh, my husband, I have done the most wonderful thing. I have assured peace and tranquility in our family by making everyone equal. For Gunther had beautiful eyes and good vision, and Hans did not, so I poked Gunther in the eyes. And Hans had a beautiful voice, and Victor did not, so I made Hans drink lye. And Victor, of course, was fleet of foot, yet his brothers were awkward and slow. So I hit Victor in the knee with this axe. And now, they are all equal. Oh, my husband! And the man, seeing the horrors inflicted on his sons, spat, "Woman, you've ruined us. Now we have a lame man, a blind man, and a mute to care for all of their lives." And, because justice was meted out pretty harshly in those days, the agonized woodsman swung his mighty axe and chopped the stupid woman's head clean from her body. And the moral of this story is, don't lose your head trying to make everything equal. Some people are blind, lame, unpleasant, and stupid, and others are not. But dragging one down to the level of the other will only ensure both become a misery and burden.